Morning, folks. Lester here, and I have to walk past. I have to get inside this gate. However, the gate is being guarded by two very tough-looking bulls, and I'm going to bring y'all with me as we find ourselves going through the gate, guarded by longhorns. Okay, well, one longhorn and one shorthorn. But I'll tell you what, they are both just got the meanest scowls on their faces looking at me. They're like, yeah, we dare you. Come on in here. We watch what happens to you. Guys, I love you, and I have to come in and fill up your water. I come in peace to fill up water. Can I do it? Boy, they're like, maybe I'll let you. Maybe I'll let you. Y'all come with me. And it's always funner and gooder having to get past bulls at your gate when you do it with friends that you love and care about. And you guys are my ride or dies, my friends I love and care about. And so we're gonna go together right past this gate. Y'all ready? All right, come on. So in reality, I don't really fear either one of these guys. You know what my worry is? Here, this is the dumbest thing. I'm sad that as I walk through, they're probably gonna try to stand up and move. I don't want them to stand up, but them, just being who they are probably gonna stand up and walk away when I open this gate up. I'm also noticing something else. Look at here. This here should not be unlatched. That should go through there, and then we always bring that loop back through here so they can't bite on it and unlatch it. Somehow this latch here had come off, so I'm really happy I have a secondary chain up here that they can't get to with their horns. Because they're very gifted in how they can maneuver things. Oh, you don't have to get up, sir. I'm not messing with you. And then I will leave him sitting right there. I'll walk around this side over here. If you're wondering where Tex is at, he's over here laid up. He's watching the ladies. Feed buggy looks good. I'm going to walk around and fill up their water. This pond does not have a natural water source. This pasture does not have a natural water source. So in fact, we do have to come over here daily and fill up their water. I change it out about once a week or so. I normally have little Chris do that on Thursdays. And so the water looks really good. A little bit of a film that covers this one over here. I don't really know what that's coming from. There shouldn't be any pollen in the air. But let me go ahead and get this water turned on and I'll fill that up for them. I always worry about my pastures that don't have a natural water source. Kind of like a just in case scenario. You want them to have a place to get water just in case I can't make it over one day or something. But for now, and then if you're wondering why I put the waters over here, because I have them over here in the shade. I'm going to show you. I don't mind showing you this. When we come over, we empty the waters out. It hasn't rained in a couple of days, but look how muddy and mucky it still is, because I end up pouring out both them water troughs to clean them, bleach them, and all that. And because this over here is under this tree, it's not getting any sunlight, and that water's not evaporating. It's just turning to mud and muck. And so I like the water to have some kind of a shade over it, keep the water cool, and it will also keep the water cleaner from algae and stuff longer. But under this tree, it's just not able to absorb when I clean the water trough out. So the good thing is where I put them over here, now of course today's pretty overcast, but the sun comes up here in the east, and these water troughs have shade all the way until a little bit after noon. And then you get some direct sun on top of them. But when the sun begins to set behind these big trees over here in the west, they're shaded again. And so I don't mind the bulls having the warm water there for a couple of hours. That's not going to be that big of a deal, I don't think, because they've had, cooler, fresher water all morning, and they'll have it all evening and night as well. So we're good with that. It'll also help me when I empty the water out over here. I can just move these troughs up and down along this fence line where my hose will still reach, but I don't have to worry so much about all that mucky, nasty buildup. You don't want your hooved animals standing in mud and muck. That could create problems with their hooves and they could have feet issues. And trust me, you ain't gonna find anybody to come out and clean their hooves. You're not gonna find any volunteer to come out and clean their hooves. They're in fact not going to allow you to do that, okay? So you can do it with horses, do it with your donkeys, do it with your goats. We've even had our pigs' feet worked on, which is difficult, but it can be done. But you'll have to have a specialist come out with a really neat device and work on their hooves. And so we just try to avoid having anything that can cause them problems. You know, we have had several ponds dug. We had the big pond there at Longhorn Lester's, which is, we had some issues with the trying to figure out exactly where the best placement for it is. And then we had some berm / spillway issues for a while. But it's a wonderful pond. We've had 3 ponds dug over at the sanctuary in Plum Grove, and all 3 of those waters hold, they hold, all 3 of those ponds hold water. Guys, why am I fumbling my words? So, in saying so, I do think that eventually, maybe a year or so from now, we got to save some money up, because digging a pond is not cheap, I'll just say that. But eventually we'll put us a pond over here. And you see that little low spot? It's kind of hard to see on a video. I can't see if you can see it or not, but there's a dip about halfway across this pasture, a little low spot. And so I think by digging a pond over there would be a really neat place for our cows to have access to a fresh water supply. And in fact, this is the only pasture that does not have a pond. All the other pastures have ponds around them. Even though we keep out, water troughs and keep those water troughs clean with fresh water, they always have a place to go to get water if they wanted a natural water supply. And then the advantage to having a natural water supply like a pond is that sometimes the runoff from the land can add a whole lot of minerals to pond water that the cows actually, like. So if you ever see a cow drinking from a pond, even though there's a natural, Lester Eugene Morrow Jr., slow down, find your words. If you ever see a cow or a horse, any animal, drinking from a natural water supply, even though there is fresh water available, it's not because necessarily the water's bad. It's just because there's something in that natural water that their bodies can use. It's kind of like where kids will sometimes eat dirt. There are some people that don't really have a filter when it comes to what they say in the comments. And they'll sometimes tell me that it's hard to listen to me because I ramble, I talk too fast and whatnot. Oh, Lordy, Lord have mercy. Boy, isn't that just my luck to walk off and that happened? Wow, it fixed itself. Isn't that wonderful? But I'll tell you what, there are other creators that I'm friends with, actually, who can articulate themselves very well. Cog Hill, they're Jason at Cog Hill. He's just such a well-spoken man. And then Daniel over at Arms Family, also very well-spoken, very articulate. I wish I had those skills. But no, I just have to, my brain works so darn fast, and my mouth can't keep up with it. I guess that's a good thing that I'm so much smarter than both Daniel and Jason. Obviously their brains work slow, and my brain works fast. So, hey, you may call it a curse. I call it a blessing. And I'm just joking. All right, friends, both of our water troughs are nice and full. And then today's my Wednesday. We'll have little Chris come by tomorrow, Thursday, and change out my water. I'm gonna put that there. And listen, this is maybe the most ragtag thing you've ever seen, but I have to stack these in front of that water nozzle because the bulls come by and mess with everything. So when they come by and start pushing on stuff, they'll push on these, knock them out of the way, and they won't end up messing with or breaking that water line. But if you guys will hold on for 1 second or so, let's walk over and have a peek at that calf, Norma Jean. Let me grab my cap. I took it off because I was starting to sweat, and I'm trying to keep these caps as nice as I can for as long as I can. Once you start sweating in a cap, it starts putting rings around it. And then I know you can wash them, but I've had bad experiences washing my hats. They never come out shaped right when they're done. I'm going to come back through here, fellas. You did real good by letting me walk through the first time. I'm leaving. I'm not going to mess with neither one of you. But I will say that I love you so much, okay? Watch your horns there, sir. And if y'all don't mind, could y'all leave this gate latched properly? I don't want you guys getting out. Reason is I don't trust you. I don't trust you any further. I can throw you. There. I love you, boys. If you guys want to come with me, we will walk over and have a quick visit with Norma Jean. Now listen, I'll say one thing to you, and I said the same thing on my live video an hour or so ago. We still do not have any calves from Pearl or Gracie. And the thing is, I know that Pearl was bred the exact same day as Marilyn. So Marilyn had her baby 2 days earlier than normal, and it was in fact a female. So here we are, Pearl having her baby. Well, today's 2 days later than expected. So that tells me real fast that more than likely Pearl's going to have a little bull calf. Now, you can do the science yourself, but I will tell you that normally, on average, bulls take longer to develop than what females do. And so for Marilyn to have her baby early, and it was in fact Norma Jean's little girl, and Pearl not having her baby yet, which we're at 2 days past the date, tells me that Pearl's going to probably have herself a little bull. And that's fine. Now, I'll tell you one more thing. And I said the same thing on my live, that we have to be careful, y'all, not to fall in love too hard with these little bull calves. I'm trying not to get emotional, because I also got emotional on my live this morning. But when you fall in love so hard with somebody who you know may not last, forever, it makes it hard on you. You really make it hard on yourself. So it's kind of like hard to see a calf like Prince Willie Joe, for example, and you watch the things that he does, and you can't help but fall in love with him. But at the same time, at some point we're gonna have to say our goodbyes, y'all. We can't keep every bull. Now, we'll keep as many heifers as we can, little females, but we cannot keep every bull. You know how that works. And so this morning on my live, we watched Prince Willie Joe out hitting that blue barrel. He's only a month or so old, y'all, and he's already out there doing things that bulls do, punching on barrels, calling the ladies to him. I mean, he's just such a little man. There he is right there. But I promised to show you her calf. Now, she hit her calf over in the high grass. I've already found it. And even though the grass is not that high, we mowed over here about a month ago, she still is at the point now where she has to go off and graze, and that calf cannot keep up with her. She knows that calf will slow her down. So what they do is they hide them babies. And so she did hide her baby over here in a little patch of high grass. I'll show you. That's Marilyn. She's trying to fill her belly. Mama will watch me like a hawk, but she's not going to come over here running the way she was on the first couple of days, where she would hardly let that baby out of her sight. Hey, Marilyn, I'm over here with this baby, okay? Don't let it panic you. Don't freak out. Hey, Norma Jean. I'm going to talk kind of quiet, sweetie, so I don't scare you. But I'm over here looking at you. And you're such a pretty girl. Everybody's going to love you so much. Yes, they are. Oh, boy. Look how pretty this girl is, y'all. Hi, sweetie. Everybody's going to love you so much, baby girl. And I will say that it's okay to love her hard, y'all. You can love her hard, because she'll be here forever. or she'll be here as long as the good Lord allows her to be. And we will always give her plenty of good fresh water. She'll have all this amazing green grass to nibble on. And in the wintertime, we'll give her plenty of hay and grains out of her feed buggy. And so she'll be around for a while, God willing. But these little bulls, you have to remember that they are bulls. And we'll raise them to a couple of years. And then we'll have to say our goodbyes to them once we find them a good home. But the beauty in that is that those bulls will help pay for future fertilizer and future feed buggies and future ponds and all that good stuff that these cows need to continue to, you know, give us an income. I want you to see Gracie over here off on her own. She's out there along the dry creek over here. Not to worry, we have very minimal rain in the forecast. Even though it's very overcast right now, it's not going to rain a lot. I think it said maybe 1/4 of an inch today, so there's no fear in our dry creek flooding like we've had before. And then Pearl, who's also expecting, is right here laying with everybody else, so there's no baby from her. Not now, probably not today. So we will absolutely wait and find out, see what happens. But listen, I want to say thank you all for watching. We are so darn blessed to have you. And as soon as something happens with her, I promise I'll let you guys know. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for loving us. You can love us hard if you want to. You can love us hard, because I don't plan on going nowhere. Hope not. But for those who do love, and you learn to love hard, and then you have to at some point say your goodbyes, it hurts like hell, friends. It hurts like hell, and you know it. That could be with your animals, your pets. It could be with people who you've trusted and loved, and you lost. Spouse, child, parent. And, you know, there's something beautiful about loving hard. But man, it hurts saying goodbye. And we experienced that here recently with our little Okie. But listen, thank you all for watching. We love you so much, and we're blessed to have you. And we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.